Hi, my name is Laurett Gannon. I've been involved here at the Spring Lake Community Theater since the mid-80s. My first show here was actually in 1986. I was in a production of Godspell in the neighboring town of Belmar, and the production did so well and sold so many tickets because there were so many Spring Lake Theater workshop kids and very talented kids involved in that production that we needed to actually book more shows and sell more tickets. So we moved the show from St. Rose over here to the community house and extended the run of Godspell. From there, I actually joined the workshop program here later in high school, and my first show here was Scrooge, and I fell in love with the place. I just thought it was the most beautiful, spectacular place filled with fantastically talented people. And from Scrooge, I auditioned for my first workshop show, which was Leader of the Pack. And that was directed by Alan Foster. And it was such a wonderful experience, although very daunting, because the role I was cast in had many, many solos. And I just wasn't ready to be like in a new place and sing a ton of solos with people who had already been in the workshop program for a while before me. But they were all really supportive, and I made it through, and I'm still here now in 2020. I will say that the memories that I have from this place are just magical, and I've grown up here and just think it's the most magical place when I see all the kids that are new and coming into the theater for the first time and growing within the program. Coming from the age of like 4 and 5 years old and growing up to be full-fledged adults and going off and having very successful careers, it's very, very heartwarming. As a teenager, I definitely played my share of pranks on people and sometimes pushed the envelope a little, as teenagers can, but I learned very valuable lessons through those experiences, both in how to take things seriously, how to laugh at yourself, how to get in trouble with grace and move on from it. And I do thank the people who ran the theater through my years here in workshop and the various directors that I've worked with, and especially Pat Barry, who is the executive director here, for always being very patient and kind and giving me another chance. So I have lots of great memories of those days. Some of my fondest memories here at the Spring Lake Theater include stage managing for many productions. Sometimes when I was cast in a show, I would ask the director if they needed a stage manager, and they would say, oh, of course. So, I really learned a lot of management techniques from actually taking on that second role of stage managing, and as well as performance techniques from being a performer. And down the road, I actually took on directing Scrooge here annually for 9 years. I had a great run directing Scrooge, and that was all from watching the directors before me, and I also came to the theater with a directing background. So I was thrilled to take that over, and it was just a blast, a total blast. Some of my favorite parts that I've played here at the Spring Lake Theater, let's say, include Mrs. Fezziwig, which I've played for years and years here in Scrooge. It's my pleasure to do it, and it just would not be Christmas without it.
Close your eyes, dream of angels in the skies, my darling little child. Soon you'll sleep in a land of mystery, where wishes are never denied. Keep Christmas in your heart all the year. Let love and kindness guide you.
favorite roles were Petra in A Little Night Music, Miss Hannigan in Annie, Domina in A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Forum, and Rose in Gypsy, which was a fun show, but a tremendously challenging show with the amount of lines and just the amount of fortitude in remembering where to go and what to say. So that was definitely a fun one. I think the thing that I cherish the most about my time here at the theater definitely would be the friendships that I forged, lifelong friendships with many, many people, as well as really learning from each other and working on something positive and very productive in your free time. And I think that that's really important, especially for kids growing up, to have a place that's an outlet for them, a creative outlet, that they can come to that's safe and accepting and really pushes them to be better all the time. So one of my favorite recent experiences here at Spring Lake Theater was playing the beggar woman in Sweeney Todd. It's the best role because you get to be all dirty and crazy and come on for some great parts, hang out in the dressing room and sing in the wings. And I got to perform with some great actors and actresses in that, and I was really proud of the production overall, and especially because my good friend Reed Henderson directed it, and I've known Reed since he was in first grade, and to see him grow up and become this fantastic director and also adds a dose of so much fun to the process was really, really gratifying for me to watch him succeed. And also my good friend Ian Moore, who played Sweeney Todd, he did a tremendous job in the lead. And it was just really gratifying to sing a wonderful score and also just play a great role, just a great role scaring some of the audience members and, not having to worry about looking great. It was fantastic. So growing up here in New Jersey, I mentioned that I joined workshop here when I was in high school. I did take a little break and took just a few years off, and then came back in my 20s and joined some summer productions, which were wonderful and very memorable. One of my favorite all-time roles was playing a pirate in Peter Pan with my great friend Natalie, and we are still great friends to this day from the bonds that we forged here in this building. But we just had a tremendous time every summer putting on these great productions. And then as the years rolled by, I also joined some of the winter productions and kept doing Scrooge as well. I will say that I still perform here in Scrooge every year, as well as usually maybe one or two other productions, and definitely try to get involved in any fundraisers that they have here at the community house. I think that it's very important to create like philanthropic practices here among the alumni from both shows and the workshop program. And I know that I'm happy to give back in any way I can, and is everybody here always happy to give back in any way they can. It's really important that we keep that in mind, especially during times of like economic crisis, or certainly what the world's going through now, with being shut down for a little while, that we remain focused and energized about the places that we love, this being one of them, and really keep our eye on the future here. And I can't wait to see what Pat has in store for us in the future. I know she's working very hard to get everybody back, and first and foremost is safety, of course. But I'm looking forward to seeing, you know, everything from the workshop shows to the dance recitals, as well as the main stage productions that are coming up soon. I do want to say thank you so much to all the teachers, directors, and choreographers, and to Pat Barry especially, for allowing me such a wonderful, wonderful experience here through the years. It's really touched my heart in so many ways and helped me grow as a person. And I can only hope that for the new people coming up through the ranks here. So thank you very much.